Bangga Magelang berikan solusi. Ruang rambutnya Wong Magelang merumuskan visi di Magelang TV.
Hanya di Bangga Magelang, ruang rembuknya Wong Magelang. Salam jumpa pemirsa, bagaimana kabar Anda? Senang sekali bisa menemani Anda kembali Bangga Magelang, kali ini dengan topik yang lebih luas lagi. Kalau sejak Maret yang lalu bangsa Indonesia sudah melakukan banyak dan pembaruan hal-hal baru ya, di mana kita harus selalu menjaga kesehatan kita sesuai dengan protokol kesehatan, stay at home, working at home, semua dilakukan di rumah. Tetapi kita juga penasaran nih, seperti apa orang-orang yang berada di luar sana melakukan aktivitas meski di tengah pandemi. Dan saat ini saya terhubung dengan salah satu sahabat saya, dia adalah Norhan.
Halo,
beliau dari Egypt. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm so
to
happy
the amazing
to
team
have
of
you.
your TV program. I'm so happy to be with you today.
Thank you so much, dear. This is our pleasure to have you today, of course.
Same here. Pleasure and honor to be with you. Thank you.
Thank you. So we're going to talk about the Egyptian, and we need to learn a lot what the Egyptian and also government did so far. But for the first time, I would like to ask about Indonesia. So I know.
Beautiful Indonesia. I've been in Indonesia, by the way, 2 times. So I've been there in January and in May 2019. So I was in Bali. So I couldn't get enough of Bali. So I went for the second time because I missed the place very much. It was amazing. It was so great. It's the real paradise on earth. And whenever I meet anyone, I just recommend to go to Bali. You will find everything you're looking for. You will even find yourself there.
Oh, thank you so much. Jadi pemirsa, Nur ini menjelaskan kalau dia tuh sudah pernah ke Bali 2 kali. Karena ketika ke Bali pertama kali, dia merasa masih belum cukup, rasanya pengen datang lagi ke Bali. Lalu dia juga menyarankan ini adalah salah satu tempat yang kamu tuh bisa mendapatkan semuanya. Di satu tempat tapi sangat menyenangkan dan kamu bisa mendapatkan semuanya. This is the picture of you, of course, when you were in Bali. That's so beautiful.
In Bali, yeah. I've been there like almost everywhere. Temples,
beach, of course,
and rice terraces, and everywhere. It's so like Bali is very spiritual. That's the thing that I recognized about the island there. It's a very spiritual one, and the culture is very special. And I learned a lot. Like it wasn't only a vacation for me, but it was a learning experience. So
learning experience. I want to ask you about learning the language of Indonesia.
Learning the language. I wish I can.
Do you remember?
I can remember, like, how are you? Apa kabar?
Apa kabar? That's perfect pronunciations.
Yeah.
And then the other words?
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih. That means thank you. Wow.
Yeah.
We are so proud of you that you can learn so fast.
yeah. It's a beautiful language, and I knew there that there are many languages in Indonesia, and also like in Bali there's the Balinese in addition to the traditional like the standard language Indonesian one. I learned a lot there, culture and about the history of the island, about the like the people there and their spiritual beliefs and everything. It was a great experience.
Oh, thank you so much. How about the food? Do you remember kind of food? Maybe do you want to try it again for the next visit?
There is something that's siami, something like this with the peanut sauce, the tofu. Yeah.
I think that's gado-gado, right?
Yeah. I think so. And I tried on the beach in Bali. I tried this tofu with the peanut sauce, and it was spicy. I can't remember the name, but that was the best thing I've ever had in my life. That was so yummy. And I tried also the seafood there. The fish.
Seafood. A lot of seafood, of course, in Bali.
It's so fresh. It's so tasty. It's amazing. It's I would go again just to have the seafood there in Bali.
Please come. Of course, you need to visit me in Java.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. That's on top of my list. I
Thank
would
you so
definitely
much.
come back. Yeah.
Okay, I would be happy to welcome you, Noor, please.
Me too. I would be happy to welcome you and the whole team of your TV show here in Egypt and
Oh,
all the people of Indonesia. Like, welcome. My home is
thank
your
you
home.
so much. Oh, we are so happy, of course. We will visit you soon. Maybe with the theme of the theme of show. Maybe, who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah, yeah. Of course, of course. Let's start a new show here in Egypt and Indonesia.
Okay.
Because also
Yeah.
here in Egypt we have like a lot of Indonesian students. They come here to study
Exactly.
at
Exactly.
Al Azhar University, and they study
Mm-hmm.
like Islamic studies and
Mm-hmm.
Arabic language. So I have many Indonesian friends even here in Egypt. Also in
Okay, that's so
Alexandria, like in
good.
my
That's so
city,
good.
yeah, I meet them like almost every day. You can see a lot of Indonesian students here. Yeah, so welcome,
Okay.
welcome
Thank you
here.
so much. And then we're going to move to talk about Egypt, of course, because
Yeah.
we have a talk about Indonesia now. We start about Egypt. So let us know what are three interesting facts about Egypt. Maybe we didn't know before
Interesting
about
fact.
Egypt. Mhm.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna talk from the heart, like to talk
Okay.
anyone to talk about their country. You can feel like I can talk forever about Egypt, or you can talk forever about Indonesia, but
Exactly.
yeah, talking from the heart, like Egypt is the country where you can move from one city to another, and it's a completely different like sights, even the weather. So you can
Mhm.
come to Egypt, and if like whatever you want to do, you can find this kind of like tourism. So if you
That's
want to see like
perfect.
the monuments, the history, there are cities for
Mm.
this. You can go, for example, to Luxor. You can be in Giza. You can be in Cairo. If you want
Mhm.
like coastal cities, you can go to Alexandria, Marsa
Mhm.
Matruh, Sharm el Sheikh,
Mhm.
Hurghada. You can have the best scuba diving experience ever here in
Wow.
Sharm el Sheikh and Hurghada. Like the Red Sea cities are very well known for the beautiful weather, for diving, for like a lot of tourists. They mainly come to these cities,
Wow.
and the weather is like all year long. It's moderate. Like we don't have
Mhm.
this kind of extreme weather. Like it never
Okay.
snows in Egypt, and at the same time, it never reaches
Ah.
this like extremely hot weather. It's
Mhm. Mhm.
all year long. It's moderate. So we have the four seasons, but they are all
Mhm.
like moderate like weather.
Moderate. Wow, that's so
Moderate,
perfect.
moderate. Yeah. So traveling to
Okay.
other countries is like to see snow or to see like raining in the summer. For Egyptians, it's
Yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
weird. It never happens, never happens. So it's
Okay.
moderate weather. Also, the food is very very delicious.
Oh, the food is very delicious. So let me tell for the people here
Yeah,
now.
sure.
So Nur menceritakan tentang bagaimana keindahan Egypt dan juga negara-negara. Tetapi yang penting adalah ketika kamu berkunjung ke sana, iklimnya itu sangat moderat sekali. Jadi tidak ada yang namanya sangat ekstrim sekali panasnya atau hujan yang sangat deras seperti apa. Jadi cuacanya sangat nyaman dan the food delicious. What
Yeah.
kind of food? Let me know more about the food then.
So the most famous
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
ones
Mm-hmm.
here, the most famous like foods you can have here in Egypt is kushari. Kushari is
Koshari, I know that.
you know this, yeah. Kushari is very very famous here. It's like the number one
Okay.
like famous food in Egypt. We also have
Mm-hmm.
molokhia.
Mm-hmm.
Molokhia is like in English you can say like a green soup. It's some kind of leaves,
Ah,
and yeah, we
okay.
make it in a soup, so it's like green soup.
Oh,
Molokhia, but
that's a vegetables. What
it's
the
vegetables.
ingredients?
It's vegetables,
Oh,
yeah, green leaves,
I would love it.
and it's made like a soup made, but it's very famous.
Oh,
And we also
okay.
have mahshi. So we have like you bring the leaves of
Mm-hmm.
grapes, those leaves,
Ah,
and you put rice,
okay.
or you bring
Wow.
any vegetables, like for example zucchini or
I
other
want to try
vegetables, and
it
then
now.
with rice inside.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so this is mahshi. It's also very famous.
Mashi. I can
Mahshi,
imagine that. Mashi.
I'm
Oh,
sure
I want to try that.
you would love this, Putri. You
You
would love
know
this.
what my favorite, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
Also,
About
seafood
the
is famous in the coastal cities. Like my city, Alexandria, it's very famous
okay.
for seafood. So whenever like you're in a coastal city, seafood is a
You
must.
can find seafood everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so glad to hear about the Egypt. So we're going to talk about our topic today. So the topic today, of course, is the big issue in the world, right?
Yeah,
Even in Indonesia, in Egypt, in every country in the world,
yeah,
we face the virus that we never learned before how to deal with, right?
yeah. True,
So
true.
we want to know more the updates about what happened in Egypt now.
In yeah, coronavirus. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
if we want to talk about like coronavirus now, it's life is beginning to be like come back to normal gradually. And Friday 28th is like the first day Friday prayers uh coming
Wow,
back. Yeah, so it's
that's a
starting to
good thing. That's a
resume.
good news, Noor. That's a
Friday,
good
yeah,
news.
yeah, yeah. So it's been around 4 months, uh,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
because of the big gatherings are like we are controlling big gatherings. So that's why the Juma prayer was stopped.
mm-hmm.
But other like prayers, like daily ones, were
Oh,
resuming during
uh-huh, uh-huh,
the last like maybe like 2 months
uh-huh, uh-huh,
in the mosque. But
uh-huh.
then we are resuming again. So starting like with the
Oh,
timeline of coronavirus, like it started like like it first reached Egypt on 14th of
mm-hmm,
February. So of course, like
mm-hmm,
before this, we heard about the virus in China, but everyone was like,
mm-hmm,
maybe it's gonna be a virus just in China, and then it's gonna
mm-hmm.
end in the country. Everyone
Exactly.
thought the same, but then when it
Mm-hmm.
started, like people started traveling, people started going
Mm-hmm.
to like other countries. So then
Exactly.
the transmission of the virus like
Mm-hmm.
started
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
appear. So it's like the first case in Egypt was on February 14th.
February.
Was
Mm-hmm.
February, yeah, February, mid-February. So it was for a Chinese national, and then it was at the Cairo International Airport. So they
Mm-hmm.
immediately, the authorities here in Egypt, they reported this to the WHO, and then the patient has
Mm-hmm.
been isolated, and then they
Mm-hmm.
started to monitor all those who came into contact with this person.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
they all, at that time, they all tested negative. Then
Ah,
after that,
okay.
on March 5th was the
Mm-hmm.
first coronavirus like
Mm,
case
I
for an
see.
Egyptian
I
national.
see.
He came from
Mm-hmm.
Europe at that time, and it was the third case in the country because the previous two cases were for foreigners. And then
Mm,
starting March, the curve of coronavirus started like going up slowly. So it
mm-hmm.
started going up during like March. By the end of March, we had on the 31st of March, we had 54 new cases per day, like
Mm-hmm.
the daily recorded cases. April 30th, we had 269.
Wow.
May 31st, 1,536. June 30th, 1,557. So it started going up until we reached June 19th. That was the peak of the
Mm,
coronavirus, like cases, like
mm,
daily
okay.
cases. We reached the peak
Mm-hmm.
of 1,774, but then the
I see.
curve started to decline. After June
Mm,
19th, the curve started going down. So
mm.
by July 31st, we recorded 321 cases. So just 321 cases, and then it started going down
Wow.
in August, reaching on August 22nd, reaching just 89 new cases on that day. But then again, this the curve from August, like I'm saying like August 22nd, only 89 cases. That's the lowest since
Wow.
April. The lowest since
That's
April.
so good. On August, just 89.
Just 89, the lowest
Wow.
since April. But then the government is still telling everyone to take all the precautions and preventive measures because there
Exactly,
will be a
exactly.
second wave of the virus. Like the curve started
Mhm.
slightly to go up after August 22nd, so slightly
Mm.
recording a little bit more of cases, like 100 something, 200 something, but we
Mm.
are still under the line of 300
Mhm.
cases per day.
Mhm. Oh, oke. So, Nur menjelaskan bahwa memang di Egypt itu pertama kali itu ada di Februari, sekitar 14 Februari pertama kali, tapi kemudian bergerak pertambahannya sebenarnya lambat, menurut Nur pertambahannya lambat dari March, kemudian akhir March pertambahannya semakin banyak dan puncaknya itu ada di 19 Juni. Jadi 19 Juni itu puncaknya, di antaranya ada ribuan yang terkena dan banyak sekali yang terpapar tentu saja, tetapi juga masih tapi banyak juga yang sudah mulai recovery. Kemudian mulai going down dari Juli 30, kemudian di Agustus sudah mulai sangat kecil sekali dan mencapai ada sekitar 89 yang terpapar. Itu angka yang sangat kecil sekali. Jadi Agustus mulai slowly dan juga memang untuk penurunannya semakin drastis sekali. Tapi kemudian pemerintah tetap menjaga kondisinya karena khawatir akan ada gelombang kedua dalam virus ini. Tetapi kemudian banyak sekali yang dilakukan dan the good news, they can do praying. Mereka bisa melakukan sholat
Juma
ibadah, sholat
prayer,
Jumat,
yeah. Salatul Juma,
prayer,
Salatul Juma, Friday
sholat
28th.
Jumat.
Yeah,
Di Jumat tanggal 28 mereka sudah mulai sholat Jumat berjamaah. Ini merupakan salah satu berita gembira. So let's continue, Nur. That would be great, like we need to learn more, of course, to
yeah,
another country, to your country, what happened, what they did, what the Egyptian and what the government did so far. So
yeah,
what the strategy do you think that the government and Egyptian did it so well and did it
yeah.
so far? Mhm.
What I believe that the Egyptian government did so well is that they started early. They started as early
Ah,
as the
okay.
first case has appeared. They started early to put all like the policies, the preventive measures to warn the people about the virus. So maybe we heard about other countries, they were like waiting until like to see what will happen about if the virus is gonna like get like bigger or something like
Mhm.
this. But for like the Egyptian government, they started very early. They just like
Mhm.
got all the information from the WHO and they acted accordingly. So
Oh, that's so good.
even until now, like although the
Mhm.
decline is like we can see like an obvious decline in the curve of the
Mhm. Mhm.
coronavirus cases, but although also the isolation hospitals, they have been
Mhm.
closed for a few
Mhm.
weeks after the
Mhm.
decline. But again, like the Ministry of Health and Population, they announced
Mhm.
that all the hospitals, all the 21 isolation hospitals for coronavirus, they are gonna
Ah,
start like operating again to
yes,
like just like as emergency ones, like no one knows. And also
exactly.
to
No one knows. Yeah.
no one knows, yeah, and also to cure like the mild to severe cases, if
Mhm.
any will appear. And also with like authorities and people all
Mhm.
around the world are
Mhm.
warning against like a second wave, and that it
Exactly.
has already begun in many
True.
countries.
True.
We need to take all the precautions, all the preventive measures,
Exactly.
not to endure all the hard days again.
Iya. Ya, jadi hal yang penting dari yang Nur sampaikan adalah Egypt itu melakukan pencegahan atau persiapan itu memang sangat dini sekali. Jadi ketika semua orang berpikir mari kita menunggu seperti apa virusnya kemudian kejadian, tapi Mesir ini memiliki pemikiran lebih awal. Jadi mereka mempersiapkan semuanya earlier as we can did. And then maybe we can show the videos
Yeah, sure.
about how the Egyptian, how the government
Yeah,
during the
disinfecting
pandemic,
the
right?
streets, and yeah, sure. So actually, in the videos, you can see like as soon as the government like the news has reached like Egypt with the new cases, so they started like disinfecting all the streets. The first curfew also enforced in Egypt, it came into effect on March 20th, 25th, and it was a nighttime curfew. and they kept extending it like 2 weeks and then more 2 weeks, and they kept extending the curfew for more time for people like to stay at home and to take all like the preventive measures. We like saw the governments when they like the virus started like to the cases started to decline. They started to ease these like restrictions by time. We could see during Eid al-Fitr. During Eid al-Fitr, it was strict because at that time it was around May, and they had also the curfew and all like the restaurants, shops, malls, everything was closed, and all the beach, all the public parks, everything was closed except for pharmacies, groceries, bakeries. They could operate. So it was strict, but like coming to Eid al-Adha, they started to ease these strict restrictions. In Eid al-Adha I can remember in Eid al-Adha it was normal. It was like life was
we can say it normal.
Yeah, we can say normal. Adha. So comparing Eid al-Adha with Eid al-Fitr, like a huge difference in the restrictions. That's also because like before everything was restricted, and even like incoming like commercial flights to Egypt for tourism, they stopped all flights. But then like starting July 1st, tourism like started resuming back, and we received like many tourists from like many cities and many countries, like from Ukraine, from Belarus, Switzerland, Hungary, Macedonia, and like Arab countries. So like since July 1st, we received around like more than 85,000 tourists. Yeah.
That's so glad to know, how the government did. Oke, jadi Nur ini menceritakan bagaimana ini pemerintahnya. Jadi di video ini dijelaskan bagaimana pemerintah Mesir gitu melakukan banyak hal ya untuk pencegahan dan juga untuk pembersihan di kota-kota, di sisi-sisi kota, di semua tempat. Kemudian selain itu ada cerita menarik juga di mana ketika Idul Fitri itu sangat ketat sekali, hampir semuanya tidak buka, yang buka hanyalah tempat-tempat obat, rumah sakit, dan juga pertokoan atau untuk pembelanjaan makanan. Tapi semuanya tutup, semua kegiatan juga terlockdown. Tapi kemudian Idul Adha, mereka mulai melakukan aktivitas biasa dan juga mulai normal. So let's continue about the tourism. You talk about how the tourists, like I can't imagine, when we are on this situation. Like I am in Indonesia, and then of course the tourism industry, maybe the one affected by this one, right?
Yeah, I can
of
imagine
course all sectors,
Indonesia and Egypt, both countries, a huge portion of their economies depend on tourism. So like suddenly we heard about the virus, and like we have like a lot of like employments in this sector, the tourism sector. Everything has stopped. Everything was not predictable at all, and so I can imagine like what happens even in Indonesia too.
True. So let's see how Egypt do in the tourism industry, and then maybe we can also show the videos that we have about the tourism industry and this one, and then you can also explain how your government and Egyptian did.
So talking about tourism in Egypt during the coronavirus, during this time, actually, like when it started, so there was still tourism was still like we didn't expect like that the virus is gonna be like an outbreak. But then when everything was confirmed, so that the Ministry of Tourism took like all the preventive measures, all the precautions. So tourism has stopped for like some months, and then when the tourism like started resuming back, starting July 1st, I could see like the Ministry of Tourism taking all the preventive measures to like help tourism come back and help like all tourists stay safe in Egypt here and in the touristic cities. So actually also during the time of coronavirus, the Ministry of Tourism had like people staying at home, but they can visit all the touristic places
I see.
VR, like 3D visual visual, they could take like all these 3D visuals for different monumental places in Egypt. And you can stay at home, you can just like go to the page of the Ministry of Tourism, you can see like many applications you can go to, and you can see like different places in Egypt from home, and you can just navigate around the places with monuments, with the tombs, and you can see all the history from home. So that was a very good initiative from the Ministry of Tourism.
Exactly.
Yeah,
How the digital platforms growing up during this pandemic, right?
Exactly. Digitizing all these places, I can imagine it took like so much effort, but it was really worth it, because a lot of Egyptians and even tourists who couldn't visit Egypt at that time, they could see all the monumental places, the touristic places, and they can navigate all around the place, and they can even go to very places like the pharaonic tombs, and they can go. That was amazing. You can see all the walls with all the paintings and all the drawings.
Yes.
That was so amazing. Even they targeted different touristic places, like the old mosques, the tombs, the church, the temples, the Jewish temples, different touristic places you can visit digitally just from home. And it's the 3D technology with VR, virtual reality. So and then the campaign, same great feelings, you can see the video.
We can see the video. Same great feeling.
Same great feelings. It's like when you come back, even it's a hard time, but you will experience the same great experience, same great adventures, and same great feelings in Egypt. See, this campaign by the Ministry also of Tourism, it received very positive reactions from people all around the world, and even it increased the possibility for tourists to choose Egypt as their next touristic destination by 60%. So it's a great video, and seeing it as an Egyptian, to see this video, it's very emotional. It's very
I can feel you.
Emotional to see different places, to see your culture, the folklore, and to communicate this to the world is a very amazing achievement. So I can say the Ministry of Tourism was one of the Ministry of Tourism and Ministry of Health was they were both of them working very, very hard during this pandemic time for the health of people inside, and even for the tourists coming back to Egypt.
Oh, we are so glad to know that. I'm so happy, what the government did. I think Indonesian or maybe another country also need to learn a lot about what the Egypt did so far. Jadi pemirsa, bagaimana yang dilakukan Mesir ternyata memang berbeda dari apa yang dilakukan negara-negara lain, di mana memang sektor industri pariwisata ini menjadi salah satu sektor utama yang memang harus dikembangkan, dan ajaibnya mereka bisa melakukan itu meski di tengah pandemi. Jadi juga masih banyak turis yang datang dengan pengamanan dan juga protokol kesehatan. Selain itu juga mereka memanfaatkan 3D VR, di mana mereka juga bisa menyaksikan kegiatan dengan aplikasi saja di rumah, kegiatan atau aktivitas pariwisata, tempat kunjungan pariwisata mulai dari masjid, gereja, ataupun tempat-tempat bersejarah di sana hanya dengan aplikasi saja, kemudian bisa merasakan. Dan the campaign adalah same great feeling, atau itu artinya adalah memiliki perasaan yang sama, memiliki perasaan yang luar biasa yang sama. Jadi ketika datang kemarin sebelum pandemi maupun ketika pandemi ini tetap akan merasakan kebahagiaan yang sama. That's so wonderful, Nur, how we know so far about the industry, tourism industry there. So we're going to move about the one thing that I want to know more exactly, and maybe people around me also want to know more about the Egypt and modernization.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful, right?
Yeah.
Let me know more.
Egypt's modernization. So to talk about Egypt's modernization during this era, we can see a huge civilization going on, and like I'm very proud to be Egyptian, to see the modernization in
Oh,
Egypt.
me too, me too.
Thank
Even
you
I'm
so much.
Indonesian, but I'm so proud of Egypt and Egyptian, and you, of course.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Putri. Thank you so much. So, talking about modernization, we can talk like about different sectors if we have time. I want to start with the construction
Sure,
sector and
sure. We can
modernization
show
of the.
the picture, and then you can explain what is
Yeah,
this
sure,
one.
sure, sure. So, talking about the construction sector and the modernization going on, talking about the new cities being built, we can talk about the new administrative capital. So, the new administrative
Okay.
capital, it's Egypt's. The Egyptian government has launched the project in 2015, and like since 2015 they are working on the new administrative capital for it to be expected to be like completely implemented over 7 years. So the
Okay.
infrastructure of the first stage, it costs 130 billion Egyptian pounds, and it was finalized by mid 2019. So we have the first stage already finalized of the
Already
administrative.
finalized. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
so great. How
So
about this picture?
to be honest, I
Okay.
can see the pictures,
Oh,
but you can see the pictures of the skyscrapers, and then
exactly,
this
exactly.
this new city. It's the new
Uh-huh.
administrative capital
Ah,
of
okay,
Egypt.
okay.
So the government sector alone will include 36 buildings, and it's going to be buildings and skyscrapers. These 36 buildings, it's planned to be one building for the parliament, one building for the cabinet, and 34 for different ministries.
Oh, wow.
Roughly 60,000 employees are like the government is planning to move
The government, yeah.
60,000 employees to this new
Wow.
administrative capital.
Building a capital. Okay.
The new administrative capital, it's going to be east of Cairo.
Ah,
So
it's gonna be in the East Cairo.
east of Cairo,
Okay,
because
okay.
as Cairo is the capital of Egypt, so
Yeah,
the
exactly.
administrative capital is going to be east of Cairo. Yeah.
Ah, oke. Jadi
So that's
pemirsa, Mesir, oke, Mesir ini memiliki administratif capital, ibu kota gitu ya, baru di mana mereka membentuk dan juga berpindah ke satu tempat di mana semuanya akan jadi satu tempat di sana, dan tempatnya itu ada di Kairo bagian timur. Let's continue, Nur.
So the second mega project I want to share is a project in my city in Alexandria. But it's
Alexandria.
in Alexandria. It's to the north coast of Alexandria, like western. So if we have the map of Egypt, it's to the northwest of Egypt, north
Oh,
coast.
okay.
Yeah, northwestern coast of Egypt. So the new Amin city is considered the first model of the new generation of the millennium cities all around the world, and the city is
Wow.
located on an area of 50,000 fadans. It's huge. I can tell you. I can tell you. I've been there. It's a huge one, but it's going to be a coastal one. So it's still a Mediterranean city by the Mediterranean Sea, and it is designed to accommodate more than 3 million inhabitants by the end of its first stage.
Wow.
Just the first stage, 3 million inhabitants.
Just the first stage.
Just the first stage, yeah.
Exactly.
So it's planned to be not only like for summer vacations, but like it's gonna be all year round living city, and it's gonna be an iconic city when this city is gonna be like completed, all the infrastructure, and it's gonna be completely implemented. It's gonna be like an iconic city in Egypt and also in the whole continent of Africa.
Okay, okay. Wow, that's so good to know the mega project of Egypt.
It's even like expected to be Egypt's second capital. Like we have the
Egypt's
new
second capital.
capital, and this is
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
like the
yeah.
second capital of Egypt.
Ah, okay.
New Alamein
So,
city.
New Alamein City.
Yeah, New Alamein city.
Okay, I can't wait to get there soon, you know.
Waiting for you.
I can't imagine. Okay, thank you so much, Nur. We have beautiful talks today. But the end of this section, I want to know more about your room, your house, because I knew over there is a beautiful scenery outside.
Oh, yeah.
Can we just have a room tour, or just no?
Let's
And
see. Yes, I can show
okay.
you outside. Okay.
Oh, thank you so much. Ya, jadi
Sure,
ini kita
sure.
lagi keliling rumahnya Nur. Ini rumahnya Nur ini sangat besar sekali sebenarnya, dan juga kita akan melihat di sekeliling mungkin daerah di Egypt itu seperti apa gitu ya. Wow, that's so beautiful. This is the garden.
Here from the garden, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my favorite tree.
What the name of the trees? Do you
So
know?
it's called like the sun tree because it has the flower.
Ah,
They are
the
yellow.
flowers, the yellow,
Yeah.
like my
Yeah.
dress today.
Yes, 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 yes. So
Okay, and
here's my house. It's
oh.
actually in the north coast where the new Alamein city is. So
Oh,
here
okay.
from the north coast, yeah.
That's so great. So when I am your home, then I can go around in the New Alamein
Yeah,
city,
that's
right?
that's a pomegranate
Oh,
tree.
it's a pomegranate. Do you love
Pomegranate
it?
tree. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's so beautiful garden, Nur, by the way.
Thank you so much. And at the end of our talk, I wanna like say thank you to you, say thank you to the team, to the beautiful people of Indonesia. Stay positive, stay optimistic, and let's all work together. And we are all in this like on the same boat, so we have to collaborate together, to work together on like in this hard time. And I believe whenever like we just think positively, we think like for the future, everything is gonna be fine, everything will come back to normal, inshallah.
Exactly. Inshallah, inshallah. Thank you so much, Nur.
Thank
We
you.
have a very beautiful morning with the talks, positive things, and optimistic about what happened nowadays. Jadi apa yang seperti dikatakan Nur, kita semua ini berada di perahu yang sama. Yang penting kita memiliki pikiran yang positif dan juga optimis bahwa semua ini akan berlalu. Selalu ada harapan. There is always a hope, right, Nur? Thank you so much, Nur.
There's always hope. And I have a last message for the young generations is to learn the new digital skills is very, very, they are very important in this era. You need to learn like the digital skills, how to, everything is being digitized now. So in this time, learning about big data, how to digitize like different sectors, the work, and we have seen this during the pandemic. So it's very important to have digital skills in this era and in this time.
Oke, thank you Nur. Jadi Nur mengatakan bahwa untuk pemuda masa kini ataupun mungkin juga untuk orang-orang Indonesia ya, di mana ini menjadi salah satu poin penting yaitu belajar tentang digitalize. Karena di mana semua ini platformnya semua menjadi digital, apalagi di masa pandemi ini akan membangun juga masa depan dan juga mungkin Indonesia lebih berkembang. Thank you so much Nur, and send my warmest greeting to your families.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Putri. Thank you for hosting today's talk with me, and I wish you all the best. I wish Indonesia all the best and the people of Indonesia to live long and have like many more great achievements. Thank you so much.
Amin. Thank you so much. You too. Have a beautiful day. Jadi pemirsa, itu tadi obrolan menarik bersama Nur, dan apa yang seperti kita bicarakan dan juga apa yang sudah dilakukan Mesir ini menjadi salah satu harapan besar di mana Mesir bisa melakukan banyak hal positif dan juga bisa beradaptasi dengan keadaan. Ini juga menjadi hal yang sama apa yang bisa kita lakukan ke depannya. Selalu berpikir positif dan juga optimis karena selalu ada harapan di luar sana. Saya Putri Rahmadani, sampai jumpa.
Bangga Magelang berikan solusi. Ruang rambutnya wong Magelang merumuskan visi di Magelang TV.
Hanya di Bangga Magelang, ruang rembuknya wong Magelang.